Hi everyone, this is Nadim and with me is
me, Chen.
And you are watching CGTN live again from the China International Import Expo here in Shanghai. This is day 3 of the expo. Things are getting busier. How are you feeling?
I feel excited because yesterday it was the first day the 7 avenues are open to the public. So suddenly the whole venue just get crowded.
As you can see, yeah.
Yeah, and you can see the crowd, maybe not behind us, but we can see all
around us.
Full of people here.
And as we walk through the pavilion today, you're going to see a lot of people, a lot of traffic.
True.
So today we're going to be speaking about consumption, which is a big business in China, one of the biggest growth engines of the economy here in China. 60% of the economic expansion last year, Chinese people spent 5.6 trillion US dollars on consumer goods, only on consumer goods last year. That's excluding services like tourism, excluding manufacturing
and
expansion.
Electronic devices.
Including electronic devices.
Included. Okay.
And this year they're expected to spend 500 billion US dollars more than last year. So it's a big business. The retail market is booming in China, and that means a lot of foreign companies want to come and get a slice of the pie.
True.
And this is what we're showing today, and this is what's happening at the Consumer Goods Pavilion here at the China International Import Expo.
So let's start our journey at the Consumer Pavilion now. The first thing we can see here is a robot who can do a makeup. Well, people there.
So there's over 2,600 companies participating in this event that opened on November 5th. And all of them, without any exception, are foreign brands that are either well established in China or that are trying to get into the Chinese market. Now, L'Oreal is one of the biggest names in China.
And it has been in Chinese market for a long time.
20 years.
That's quite a long time. So what's the point of them to coming to the expo this time?
Maybe we should find someone and ask them.
Ask them.
But I would assume that this is, you know, no one wants to miss this opportunity to get in touch with the people coming here, you know, do a bit of PR, do a bit of marketing research. And so maybe this is why they're here. It's a big event, one of the biggest events this year in China. And so everyone wants to
give people a new product. Maybe it's not on the market yet, but here we can see the latest technology applied in cosmetics and skincare products.
Yes, L'Oreal is, I think China is the second biggest market for L'Oreal in the world. And you know, one of the things is because they have so many, you have so many companies around, they're trying to vie for people's attention, and they do that by trying
different things.
Right. So you know, here what we have interactive experiences, and we came here yesterday for scouting, and we realized that this is, you know, this is attracting people. It attracted us. So basically, do you want to try it out?
No, you should try it.
Okay. So
it's more interesting. Try this first.
Basically, it's a phone application. It's an iPad application, and you could see that now I have lipstick on.
Eyelash.
It's similar to those filters that you have on those, or like beauty apps.
True.
And so here you see beauty standards and how they change on my face.
Even if you don't need to try it on, like personally in real life. So
no, so you'll just see how, for example, the pink lipstick looks on me. I personally don't like it, but
I don't think you like.
I think the red one goes better.
Really? This is pinky.
No, that's not. I cannot see. But yeah, so see, this one I don't like. This does not go with the tone of my skin. So we'll just stick to this one. But so you'll see that companies are coming up with all sorts of marketing strategies to attract people here. There's over 150,000 buyers that have registered and that are either coming on day to day to see what, you know, agreements they could come up with, or you know, how they can collaborate with these foreign companies. And we see that L'Oreal actually has one of the biggest booths here at the Consumer Goods Pavilion at the China International Import Expo. And again, you know, you see so many things from underwear to fashion to cosmetics, shoes, anything, which we're going to be seeing later on. Anything that is related to apparels, anything that is related to appliances, electronics is in this section. Now, obviously, there are more halls that are related to other sections like trade and services or cars, high intelligent equipment, food and agriculture, and medical equipment, which you will be doing tomorrow. So stay tuned to CGTN. And if you have any questions or comments that you would like to direct to us, please leave a message in the comment section on our social media platform. That would be either Weibo or Twitter or Facebook. Also, if you're watching on CGTN app or CGTN's website, cgtn.com, and you want to interact with us, go to one of our social media platforms and leave a comment, because I have my phone ready and I will be reading your comments as they come.
And we are, just a quick reminder, we are here in Shanghai at the National Exhibition and Convention Center for the first ever China International Import Expo.
So now we're passing by a British brand, if I'm not mistaken, Unilever. They have all sorts of products.
It's over there. We are heading to see a product. Everyone who's coming to the expo this time is a must-see shoes for each visitors. Not just visitors, even exhibitors. They will come here to see. This is the most expensive products showing in the expo this time.
Yes. So if you've been following CGTN, we have done a few videos about this and an article that was published yesterday. But for those who were not following it, we are giving it to you live. This is, ladies and gentlemen, if the cameraman can get it, because there's so many people around.
If you can just go around, see the people behind, in front of us. It's so crowded and the queue is really long.
And that's because they are looking at one of the
pair of shoes.
Most expensive shoes in the world.
They're over 10,000 pink diamonds.
Yes, and they're worth 30 million yuan, or around 4 million US dollars. Can you ask the cameraman to just show it? It's right there in the middle, the pink one, encrusted with 10,000 pink diamonds. 30 million US dollars, specifically made by Jimmy Choo and his godson, Reggie Hung, for this exhibit. 30 million yuan.
We did an exclusive, not exclusive, but an interview with Reggie.
It was an exclusive interview, yeah, say it.
Yes. With Reggie Hung, the designer of this pair of shoes.
Right.
And he said he didn't plan to enter Chinese market so soon, but thanks for the CIIE, which gives them a very lovely opportunity to give a show in China.
Because their brand, Jean Avant, has only debuted in September at the London Fashion Week, and so they're in a way relatively new. And what they do is bespoke, bejeweled shoes. As you can tell,
not just
only
pair of shoes.
Yes, and you can see pearls here. You can see sapphire. You can see rubies. All sorts of bejeweled shoes. Because Reggie himself, Reggie Hung, is a third-generation jewelry designer, whereas Jimmy Choo is a footwear extraordinaire with over 30 years of experience. Some of his famous clients were late Princess Diana, and actually his brand was showcased in Sex and the City.
In what?
Sex and the City, do you know the series, Sex and the City?
Ah, okay, yes.
So,
that's why, let's make it very famous.
Yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker at one point says, "Where are my Jimmy Choo's shoes?" And this is where the catchy name comes. And so, again, not a lot of people are allowed to go in at once, and so they have to queue up. And this is something that we've noticed throughout our, scouting this place, is that you see a lot of queues, and you have to have a lot of patience.
True, otherwise you can't get your free gifts, you can't get a side into the hall, but it's worth it. It's worth it. You can get really close to the expensive shoes.
Sorry?
And see the very details of the shoes.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it was a pleasure just seeing it up close and personal.
True.
之后，大家有发现
And you see
And then-
different presentations
Yes.
are going around these days. If you're lucky enough, you can,
来看一下啊，有手，对对对，看一下这边有
they're interacting with audience.
是，大家都非常开心。有举手对吧？都是有的。那这边都没有吗？这边都没有吗？
So what exactly are they asking about?
I don't get it. I think they're in the middle of it. They're showing the product.
It's something related to skincare, I'm guessing, because they're just using a lot of their hands. That's how.
Yeah, and then here we are going to show you a very cute animal. Animal. It's not a real one, but looks like real.
So
These
basically,
are fishes.
it's a robotic fish, and this is coming from South Korea. And it's not exactly,
water.
yeah, it is in the water, and it just looks, it's weird, but at the same time, this is a safe way to raise a pet because you know that
They never
fish,
die.
they're not gonna die. And so, let's see if we can speak with,
Sure.
with, hi.
Can we ask you a few questions? Yes, of course.
So can you tell us more about these robotic fish?
Yes, I can, but
Any very basic ideas, like why did you design this electronic
so this fish tank is for advertising.
이런 문제 설명을 해. 저희가 콩국이 가지고 핑스 관련돼서 이슈화 시켰는데
Is it going to give you some instruction?
몸으로 왔네.
이게 기능이 뭐냐고.
아,
Sorry,
It's okay. It's okay.
I
You can
wasn't
continue.
ready.
저희 물고기를 보시면
This fish is.
신기하지 않냐고.
Isn't it surprise?
그래서 저희는 평창이나 그런 데서 이거를 광고
We participated in Pyeongchang Olympics this
Oh, yeah.
year.
거기서는 아이스하키도 하고
We played ice hockey with rubber fish.
인터랙티브 수조도 만들어가지고
We made
경기도 하고
interactive
100만 명
fish tank.
이상이 관람을
And less
했었다.
than a million people came to play our
근데
rubber.
그거를 이용해서 작게 만들어서 많은 사람한테
And we made it
보여주고 싶었다.
smaller so other people, lots of people to play and see and have the fish.
How do we play with it?
Oh, there is tab, electric tab, and you can play through the tab. And
Oh,
there
we
is
have a
application.
controller.
Oh, do you want to see it?
Can I show
Yes.
it?
Yeah, of course.
Let's try it.
컨트롤 때?
These fish are very cute.
And so, how has the Chinese potential buyers reacting to this? How are people around here
Is this a top
reacting to
business
it?
secret?
Are they enjoying it? Are they interested in it? Or
Yes, they are really excited about our product and they really want to have one. All the buyers, even individual or group buyer, they want to buy
so
it.
imagine that I want to buy this fish. How much would it cost? Not the big one, because the big one is too much for me to
Yeah,
take
I
care
know,
of.
I know.
How about the small one?
Small one, actually we are under discussing about the price of piece of rubber fish small one. So if you want to buy, just contact me. I will
Okay.
give you my contact.
Thank you
She's
very
doing
much.
business right now.
Yeah.
So,
very good assistant.
okay, I don't think that we will have a lot of time to try to play with
I'm
it,
sorry.
but
Okay.
we'll come back later.
Yeah,
We'll talk
thank
business, you and
Thank
me.
you. Thank you.
All right. And so now we're moving on.
Yeah.
We're moving on. Let's see.
We're moving on to the other spot from it's a Japanese company. Have you got
Sure.
any comments
I-
or questions
I
from our
actually-
audience?
I actually do. So we have,
Who's that?
okay, so we have a question from Facebook by Zhao Li. And
what-
she says, did you guys get to learn some Shanghai dialect? This is not directly related to CIIE,
It's not.
but since it's in Shanghai, did you learn any, do you know how to speak the Shanghainese dialect?
I definitely not. I'm not from Shanghai.
Okay.
So I definitely know very little about it.
So-
But the only thing I know is Allah,
Allah.
我们, we.
Oh, so
Allah.
they just say Allah. Okay,
Allah,
so that's the only thing that we learned so far.
Oh, I feel so ashamed. I should have learned something about Shanghai. Even if we had so many trips here.
Well, what we've done
many times.
is instead of, we've used our experience here to try some local snacks instead of learning the local dialect.
We're spending so many time on food instead of learning something.
So, and then another question
Uh-huh.
by Mao Nimol, and they're asking, how many booths are there?
Thousands.
because one company might have more than one booth, and multiple companies can have one booth.
True. Yeah.
And so, but what we know is that there's more than 3,000 companies from
160 countries and regions.
130.
160.
60? Tell me your sources.
From CIIE website.
CIIE's website.
So we just mentioned that multiple companies, they may share one booth because they're not that big. But
or maybe they have, yeah.
But still we can have a chance to look into them. So here we want to show you a very interesting product we found yesterday. As we... You entering it?
Yeah.
Sorry? You're coming? No, you need to try this.
Oh, can we ask some of the...
Sure. They're not available. She said she's waiting for her boss to come.
Okay. So anyway, we'll just do it by ourselves because we've seen it.
Yesterday.
We've seen it. We've tried it as well.
Yeah.
So baldness.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You go.
No.
You go first.
Baldness is a growing, headache for younger Chinese men and probably women.
Younger, maybe from 25 to 30.
That's young.
That's young, yeah.
25 is young.
Bad.
But so
this is
because of the stress and because of the life pressure, and so, perhaps not a balanced diet or genetic reasons, they're losing their hair gradually but steadily. And so
we probably have this hair powder. I don't know the full name of it, but you probably put the powder onto your head, and then it actually covers your skin, so it looks like you have hair on your head, but it doesn't grow. And you can wash it.
So basically you're just trying to have a bit of optical illusion.
True.
Obviously I'm not gonna use it on my head,
but on your arms.
But I'm gonna use it on my arm.
Brave Nadim. I don't know whether this one is available.
Let's just ask. Or let someone, can we speak to someone? Let's Could she explain more since you got her attention?
解释一下这个产品。
它是一个就是通法，它不是的针法，它是其实把这个通过一些静电的原理，就是把这个植物纤维很细、很那个小植物纤维吸入到它的头发上，让它自本有的头发变粗以后呢，就遮盖皮嘛，所以说起到一种掩饰作用。如果谁有谁
So she's saying this powder makes your hair stronger.
Look at it. Look how hairy I got in just a few seconds. Now imagine this on your head.
对，是这种。
So it's like an illusion, and you can wash it away.
Oh, I can wash it away. Who would want to ever wash this away? And can we ask her showing interest in this?
有很多人来咨询这个产品。
非常多。
What kind of people are they? They're like early age or are they the middle?
基本上都是男生会比较多嘛，但是年龄层比较高一些的，还有女生的话是一些也是的型的。
So basically, the majority are men, and then including women in their maybe 30s and 40s.
有一些年轻的人，就是现在工作压力很大，他们所以说也出现了一种就是欧化的。
Also for youngsters who are very stressed in their daily life, they also ask a lot about this product.
How long will this last? Like if I just put it on my hair, let's say, how long would this last?
持续多久？
它就是你只要不去洗发
，as long as you don't wash your hair, it will stay.
What about sweat?
如果流汗呢？
流汗的话，你不要去这么擦。
So make sure not
don't
to
touch it. Don't touch
and
it.
don't go under the rain if you have this on. 谢谢。
I hope people who have the same concern with those people would like to see this product here.
We have to go that way.
Oh, okay.
So we have a follow-up from Zhao Li, who previously asked if we learned any Shanghainese dialect while we were staying here. Now she's asking, is the food there good? Is the food in Shanghai good?
It is very very good.
Tell us more.
So what did you try? What did you
I previously.
okay. You
Okay. Oh, I've previously tried xiaolongbao, and that was the first time I came to Shanghai a few years ago. This time around, what have I tried? What have I tried?
I tried 吃饭糕, which is recommended by my colleagues.
Okay.
吃饭糕 is a breakfast they have on the days in Shanghai local people.
Okay.
It's like fried rice. And then like
Fried rice in the morning.
yes, what
I'm not gonna judge.
you're judging it.
Suddenly.
But you tried that. And the other thing we tried is 生煎包. It's like another kind of
Okay.
it's a little bit fried.
So, does the xiaolongbao come in vegetarian options? Because this time I tried it, it had meat in it. So that was eating meat, but then I haven't tried it ever since.
Then
So-
I think you probably ask, maybe they
The wrong
order it,
person?
maybe not. Yeah, I am the wrong person you're asking for. But I hope they are giving vegetarians more choices in tasting Shanghai local food.
Okay, and so now we are going to be walking to another pavilion, which is also about consumer goods.
True. Before we go there, we're going to Nadim.
Oh, yeah.
Before that,
We have a stop by.
true. And
Cosmetics are, it's like a big thing in China.
it's like in China, even in East Asia,
Yeah.
and no cosmetics industry in South Korea, but so in recent decades. And here we have a large space which is divided, like it's given to Korean companies and cosmetic brands.
South Korea has a lot of influence in pop culture. So whatever is in South Korea, to a certain extent, it will echo in China. See,
China, Japan, sometimes even far to the America. So exactly. And I read an article from BBC and it mentioned that the South Korean cosmetics are also invading the market in the UK and in the US. You know, British brand Primark, they launched
K-pop.
K-beauty cosmetics in the UK. So the impact of the cosmetic brand
when
from
it
South
comes to
Korea.
beauty, South Koreans apparently know how to do it.
So this is cute. This is the cute.
Can we speak to some of these ladies? Because it's like, the way I think of it is like, why do I have to wait so long?
Just for free.
I mean, I don't know what, I
sample.
don't know what it is, but it's like, people are queuing up, and it's just, time for me is money. So can we
let's
ask
talk to
them? Can we try to find someone and then try to ask them? Everyone's on their phones right now.
一些问题吗？我们是央视的记者做这个直播。我可以说中文的。我想问一下，您是为什么会就是花这么多时间来这里排队？
因为就是想要尝试一下就是这个产品嘛。
They want to try the product.
Okay, what kind of product is that?
这是一个什么样的产品？您以前知道？
知道的，而且也用他们家的一些产品。
Oh, she has actually visited product brand. 您今天是专门为了这个来的吗？
不是，其实就是逛一逛看一看嘛。然后就是看到这里有这个，就想着说排一排领一领，然后看看就是这一款产品是什么样子的。
以前有见过这些吗？
有的。
有的，但是这次就是还想再来试一下。
对的。
So she has seen this before, but this time she doesn't come here just for this.
Oh.
But she would like to try it.
So what is she coming here for?
那你来这里最想看的是什么？
应该也就是这种美妆方面的嘛，因为女孩子嘛就在乎这种东西。
So girls like this is. 所以你应该是就最喜欢这个馆是吗？
对的。
So this is great exhibition hall.
Okay.
During the 7th.
All right. Thank you. Well, actually, boys also cosmetics. Let's go there. Let's not be sexist towards boys. And you see, in China, this is also an up-and-coming industry when it comes to men's cosmetics. I think online sales on Taobao, one of the online platforms, increased for male products, skincare and beauty products, 50% each in each of the last 2 years. And so it's a very big business. I personally,
Do you wear
no,
makeup?
I don't. No, but see, the thing is, you don't have to wear makeup. It's also about taking care of your skin, taking care of, you know, your whole well-being. I use Innisfree. I'm not endorsing them, but of all those under the, what do you call that? Under the platform of this company,
L'Oreal Pacific.
I've used Innis for my hair.
So
before.
personally, I've tried nearly every single brand here, to be honest. But the thing is, I know South Korean companies, they're trying to develop makeup for males.
That's true.
I know Chanel, they launched boy lines, Boy de Chanel, only in South Korea at the moment. So basically the market, the makeup market in South Korea expanding to another group of people.
Segment, yeah,
Yeah,
demographic. And in China as well. In China,
Really?
I feel, yeah.
I barely see like boys around me wear makeup.
But again, it really isn't just about makeup. It's also
About skincare.
Yeah, skincare. It's about, you know, cosmetics in general. Again, here we have another line.
Another line.
Apparently, you know, they know what they're doing here. They know how to attract people. Can we go and speak to them about what they're doing? 你好，你会中文英文吗？
Anyone speaks English here?
Oh, of course. Great. Great. So can you tell us more about what's happening here right now?
So they're making lipsticks, apparently.
Yeah. 你们有跟我们的伙伴联系吗？
What?
No. It's okay. You can just like basically introduce what are these. It's okay. And so basically customers, they can choose colors from here and then they are making lipsticks in a very little lab. See? So they are queuing to get their free lipstick here and choose their favorite color. So they know how to run a business. You get free gift and then you can have your own designed color here.
Great. Thank you for taking my interview.
Sorry, I just knew too much.
All right. Well, thank you. 谢谢.
谢谢. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. A lot of people are camera shy.
I know. So that's why I took the job.
It's
I took
fine.
the job to introduce you what's happening over there.
Now we are moving.
We're moving to the next hall.
Yes.
It's all about consumer goods as well.
And
But
see,
we'll-
sorry, you were saying.
No, you were saying.
I was going to say that it's refreshing as well to see people coming in person because we know that in China it's all
Exactly.
about, you know, online shopping, right?
True. We spend most of the time online shopping around. Even it's in my case it's the same. I can't be bothered just walking around in the shopping mall looking for my favorite brand instead of just clicking on my phone and my computers and to find my favorite products. So I think the expo also gives people a chance to go offline markets and try it out on themselves. And it's just a fun event for them and their friends and families. They can walk around and talk and discuss at the same time. You know, you can't do this online. I
Can
mean,
you not? You can.
You could. It's more like you talk to people in
But then you don't
person.
see them face to face. That's it.
Exactly.
There's no that physical proximity, like, you know, intimacy between people.
Exactly. So we were just saying South Korean cosmetic brands are invading markets in Europe and the US. So this time they're here in China. I think they also take China as a very important market in the future.
China-
I think China is already a very big market.
This,
for them.
the world's second largest in terms of retail, and so it's a force to be reckoned with.
That's true. That's true. So here we are at 6.1 hall. We can see apparel, accessories, and consumer goods here.
More of that. Just more of that.
More of that, definitely.
Consumption.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that's a big thing.
We did an interview with someone from the Stanways yesterday. So today we also want to show you the self-playing pianos here with Stanways.
So Steinway and
sorry.
Son is a American German
piano
brand.
company.
165 years of history, and I guess they're trying to ride that digital wave. So they come up with a very interesting piano.
Self-playing pianos. It's always crowded here. These pianos catch so many eyes every single minute.
It caught ours.
For hours, yeah. Shall we try it? Shall we try it? Oh, it stops now. So here we see there is an iPad at the top.
And so this...
You can choose musicians, you can choose different... Let's try... what do you want to listen to?
I want to listen to my...
Your favorite songs, right?
Or anything else.
Let me see. Oh, they got so many...
It's fine. Let's just play
something
a random.
knows. Okay, this one. So choose this. So it starts.
So basically what's happening here is that there's a whole network of software and hardware that is attached to this piano. And this is a handmade piano, by the way. And then the iPad has thousands of hours of pre-recorded performances. And at the touch of your fingertip, you would have what feels like a live performance right in your house. Now, what is different about this piano is that the technology of it is unlike others because it registers all the range of emotions and intricacies and dynamics that the original artist, when he or she was playing it during the recording, it registers all of that and that it produces that again whenever you want that piece played. And this is different than other player pianos because others, basically what they do is they record the
whole process, they're playing it.
Yeah, but I'm speaking about the other player pianos. What they do is the key strikes, they just remember this. But when it comes to piano playing, it's more intricate because you have the hammers behind that strike the strings at a different speed, at a different pressure. And this is what makes this piano different, is that it remembers, it has its own memory of how the artist registered it or played it the first time, and then it gives it to you.
We just talked to a staff from Steinway's yesterday, and she said every 2 or 3 pianos sold in China includes this self-playing piano.
Well, I mean, the whole music instrument market in China is growing. This year it's around $8 billion US dollars. It's going to be worth $8 billion US dollars. And China has long been an export of musical instruments, but I think in the last few years the trend has been reversed and it's importing more of
instruments
from overseas. Because the popularity of Western instruments is increasing in China.
True. Like for me, I started to learn pianos when I was really young, when I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
Give a moment of silence to people who are playing pianos there.
And you know, with the Chinese middle class expanding, the biggest middle class population is in China, 430 million people, middle class. So they have, you know, they have a bit of disposable income on the side. So now they can enjoy things that perhaps previously they couldn't. And there is this sense of, we need to go that way, right?
Oh yeah, sorry.
So
it's nearly the end of the trip today at the Consumers Hall, Consumers Goods Hall. And I just want to mention that Chinese families have a tradition of paying or investing for their children's education. So that's also like push the piano industry forward.
Yeah, I mean, that also you have this new trend of like people being aware of, you know, we need to take care of our well-being. And when I say well-being, I'm not just speaking about like health. You know, like I need to have a hobby, I need to do something other than, you know, eating, drinking, working, sleeping. And so that need for spiritual fulfillment, let's say, is also driving different activities, you know, such as, you know, people taking up playing a hobby or, I don't know, doing something else. And so you see that entertainment is also something that is expanding in China.
Sure. So,
and what else? Are we running out of time, or can we just go see one more? We can. We can.
so this one.
Is it that way?
Yeah.
It's such a big place, this hall, that no matter how many times you visit it, and we did it on day basis for 3 days. We've been visiting this hours going around, and still at some point you're like, where am I?
Exactly. So shall we go to the last spot or we stop here?
Um,
So we're almost out of time.
I think we can go. I think
Okay.
we can push just one. Vaio here. Vaio was owned by Sony. It was the laptop division of Sony until they sold it in 2014, and then it was out of the markets, and it wasn't until last year that it started to be reintroduced under a new management out in markets outside Japan. And so it's interesting to see what strategy Vaio has
That's true.
to re-enter the China market after so many years of absence. Again, we have Bosch, you have Whirlpool, really big names in the field of appliances, electronics. Whenever you want to furnish your home, let's say, you go to these places. Whirlpool they have refrigerators, they have washing machines, Bosch as well, more, anything related to kitchens. So yeah, Panasonic there, televisions, and I'm sure much more than that, but still.
If you have watched our live stream before, we had interviewed someone from Bosch, and then they are talking about making traditional Chinese food with the latest equipment, kitchen equipment. It's huge.
It is. It is.
Oh, and we just passed by these bikes yesterday.
It's just, there's so many things, consumer goods is such a wide range of products, and
Exactly.
you just see everything and anything you can ever think about here at the China International Import Expo. I'm always on your left. And I guess maybe this should not be the background.
Maybe these bikes.
Yeah,
These bikes
I mean, it's quite
look
symbolic of China.
True. You use traveling bikes every day, right? I do
Yeah,
use them every
well,
day.
not
So
electric
this is a-
bicycles, but the regular ones, the good old, just regular ones, where you have to pedal and then sweat until you get to your destination.
But maybe this is the future. This is the
yeah.
future of China and the world, probably electronic bikes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our tour here at the Shanghai National Conference and Exhibition Center for the CIIE, China International Import Expo. And I hope you enjoy the journey with us. Is there any product you would like to see in details? Come to Shanghai and enjoy the event with us.
Thank you so much for watching this live tour from CGTN around the consumer goods pavilion here at the China International Import Expo. This is not our last live, so stay tuned to CGTN for more live streams and more in-depth articles and commentaries about this huge event that is so significant to China as it tries to open up its markets to more foreign investment and foreign brands. Thank you so much. This was Nadim and
Chen.
see you on another live stream.
Bye-bye.